Hello, welcome ladies and gentlemen to my show. I'm your host, That One Rebel, back again with another interview. It's going to be joined by our guests shortly. Just want to remind everybody, if you haven't already, please hit the follow button. I appreciate it. If you want to subscribe, I also appreciate it. Also, in about what time is it right now? Let me just quickly look. In about 50 minutes, we'll have to take a little ad break, obviously. So I'll keep reminding myself of that one. But obviously, also, if you have any questions in the audience or in the chat, use !point questions. That's with an S. That will link to a little Google document. You put your name in, you put your question in, and then we'll get to it. So if you have any questions for Slushie or myself, then that's how we take those questions. What else is there to say? There's also the command !point guess with an S. If you put that command in, it's a Nightbot command that links to SlushieVRC's Twitch. So obviously, if you want to check them out and see all their good stuff, then there's the link there as well. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's introduce our guest here. SlushieVRC coming from behind the curtains.
Hello, I'm Slushie. I'm a goofy, energetic wicker beast with tons of positivity and encouragement, as usual. That's usually what I do. Really nice to be here. Thank you so much for having me, Rebel.
Of course.
Mind if I sit next to you?
Yeah, of course. Please.
Right there. There we go.
But yeah, it's nice to see you. Obviously, we had some technical difficulties, but that's okay. It is what it is. The show must go on.
Yeah, typical VR chat.
Yeah, damn VR chat. This game's free. Yeah. It has like $2,000 DLC with my headset. You know. Don't worry, I've had worse issues. Like, I've literally done interviews where I literally crashed like 4 times mid-interview, and I was embarrassed. So it is what it is. Yeah,
Welcome to VR chat.
Yeah, I've had some bad times. Even my own stream died several. That was years ago. Hopefully that doesn't happen today. I don't want to jinx myself. But anyway, again, thank you so much for coming by. I really do appreciate it. It's nice to meet you the other a couple days ago and giving you a tour, and here we are. And just wanted to bring you on because I think
that was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think your story is an interesting one because you've only been playing streaming VR chat for only about 9 months now, and obviously you have this huge success, which I don't see too often these days anymore. Usually people that eventually get partnered, people have been around for years. The old frogs. So seeing someone come in and just sort of dominate, and I'm just like, damn, I want to know more about this SlushieVRC person. I want to know what's going on. So, I guess
a lot of stuff happens with streaming. It's pretty difficult, honestly.
Oh,
people think it's easy, but it's a whole journey, and it's a really difficult one as well.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Like, I mean, everybody can stream at their own pace, but I've seen that you've done a lot of things. Obviously, you're all about the Twitter, the TikToks. You started doing YouTube, the streaming. You have a lot of events and a lot of things going on. And I think that helps, obviously, with your success, right? Because if you only do one thing, you're not going to be as successful. But you're pushing everything, every different avenue, all filtering into like a Discord or, in your case, like your Twitch. And it's paying off because it worked, right? So hopefully some people watching are going to be like,
but it's really difficult. It's so like you can't just do one social platform. It's just impossible nowadays, especially now in like the Twitch way, how it's going right now with the analytics and everything of Twitch itself. You can't grow anymore on Twitch. They removed hosting, they removed everything. You can't grow anymore. If you particularly only do Twitch and you make partner or you make a significant or a community yourself, that's very impressive because it's really hard only using Twitch without getting your name out there or your own character or like people to know you. It's like you can't anymore nowadays. It's just impossible. Like the hosting is just, everything's gone.
Yeah, like I was saying, like to you earlier a few days ago, like auto hosting is not really a thing anymore, and I still think like that's such a a bad decision, because like teams were such a big part, and I feel like teams on Twitch are almost like useless unless you're like an esports team or like just super connected to like a bunch of creators, Or some people.
It's just a brand nowadays. Yeah. It's just a brand. It's nothing else. Literally just a brand.
Yeah, like that's basically it. Or you have some sort of prearranged agreement with other creators. What I mean by that, let's say like your schedule is hypothetically, I'm going to stream at like 12 to 4, and then at 4 to 8 is somebody else part of your team. So like you stream for 4 hours, then you immediately raid your team member, and then your team member goes 4 to 8, and then 8 to 12 is another. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a never-ending cycle. Some streamers do that, but that's a very strict like schedule policy that's 99% of people don't do. But some people do, and that's how they grow and support each other. In a team.
That is really smart, though. Never actually thought about that. As a team, I only like what I now think about teams. The people think you can only make a team if you're a partner, but it's just a brand. And honestly, all that you do together is you do collaboration from time to time. That's basically it. For the rest, it's just hey, these are cool people in the same team.
Yeah, that's.
For an example, I recently joined Cyberchimp and Flare and their brand club, whatever, Shooting Stars. And now we're gonna do some collab stuff. It's the same as that, only collabs. That's basically it. Nothing else.
Yeah, it's like just a way to brand several people together. You know what I mean? It'd be like, oh shit, Shooting Stars. Yeah. Oh, they're doing like this sick like charity thing or whatever. Like that's basically like what it's for these days.
Exactly.
But anyway. So, how did you come up with the name SlushieVRC? I'm just genuinely curious, like, why Slushie?
Yeah, it started a long time ago. When I started streaming, like, I first had a TikTok. It was called FloofDino Slushie, FloofDino_Slushie. Well, I really liked slushies, as you know, and I had, like, a dinosaur avatar at the time, so I was Floofy, which is pretty obvious. So I thought to myself, yeah, FloofDino Slushie. But later on, when I started growing and I wanted to do Twitch, after about a month on Twitch, I was like, yeah, I gotta change my brand. It's way too difficult. Underscores, numbers, no one's gonna find me. So I decided to just simply remove the FloofDino_ and then make it SlushieVRC. But the original name is just because I like slushies a lot. It's literally just sugar with water. It's very tasty. And more than often, furry personas, specifically personas, usually also have names such as Blueberry or Corgi or all those kind of names related to their persona. And for example, my persona specifically, aka Slushie, is related to a purple slushie, which I like to drink, which is blueberry and strawberry. Which is actually my favorite flavor, and that's how it was born. It's pretty simple, honestly. The name says everything. A very joyful character with tons of positivity and a lot of energy because of the sugar. That's why it became Slushie, because, a lot of sugar, a lot of energy. Very tasty.
Sense.
They're lovely.
Where do you usually get these slushies from? Do you get
if you haven't tried one yet.
You get them from like a 7-Eleven, or you go to a specific store or place, or you just make them?
Oh yeah, in our country, in Europe specifically, we don't have 7-Elevens. Just your local fry store or somewhere back in the neighborhood. You're everywhere. There are slushie machines, and they're pretty cheap too, honestly, since it's just water and sugar, after all.
That's true. The only thing I know about
flavor, of course.
slushie machines and stuff, like there used to be I think they removed it. A lot of I'm not American, but a lot of Americans might relate to this. Apparently, there was a policy where if you could fill your own buckets, so people would take like a KFC bucket and fill it with slushies.
I've actually seen that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that. I wish I had that over here. God.
Yeah, just take like a big bucket.
I'd have a whole storage.
Yeah, just have like a 40-gallon Home Depot bucket and be like, all right, I'm here to get my slushie.
Yeah.
Empty out the whole machine.
And I heard it's pretty cheap too then, if you get it like that.
Oh yeah. I guess you have to put it in like the freezer or something like that to keep it keep it nice.
You do.
Keep it going. Oh, this only works on July 11th? Oh, really? Oh shit. I'm learning things.
Might be time to go to America July 11th.
Well, they said in Canada
Might
too.
be time.
Because Canada has 7-Eleven too.
Canada?
Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Even my chat's quizzing me here. Damn. So on July 11th, you get a fucking slushie of all the shit you want in it. That's cool, I guess. I'm learning things new today, You learn something new every day.
So cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, you learn something new every single day. Oh my god, I'm already dreaming about that. Guess I'm gonna move to Canada at the 11th. Maybe, who knows?
I gotcha. So, Here's always a good question I always ask is, how'd you end up like joining VR chat? How did you discover this game or this platform?
Well, it's pretty obvious. Like, back in the day, everyone knows this. If you don't, then I don't know where you laid under a rock. You got on Knuckles.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, you got on the Knuckles. That was like a huge meme and stuff. It was a lot of fun, and I decided to get myself a Quest. And then I found out about VR chat by a few friends, and I found it a lot of fun to just meme around and troll around. But then I noticed that it was just fun to make put smile on people with their faces, even though I hated the meme. It's so dead. But it's just VR chat is. It's just specifically because of the You Got the Knuckles. I don't see any other reason why I got it. But I'm glad I did eventually. It's an amazing social platform to actually like meet people, make new friends, and get yourself out there, because so many people are like have various problems with anxiety and maybe even depression at some point. And VR chat is an amazing escape, and also at the same time you're learning like social skills for IRL, because there's a ton of people that have tons of anxiety, and I feel terrible for them. I genuinely do, and I'm really happy that these kind of social games are able to provide them at least some knowledge to be able to actually functionate in life. I know how it was. I was super anxious too, you know?
Do you think playing VR chat has improved your social skills since you started playing?
100%. 2 years ago, I started with VR chat basically, and I was really, really shy. I never really said anything. I never really did anything. I was scared of everything. Never talked to anyone. Always was alone. Didn't really have a lot of friends in school, not because I didn't want to, but because I was just very, very shy in general at the time. But since I started playing VR chat, it really had a huge impact in my life. Not just VR chat itself, of course, there's other social games as well, but it had a huge impact on my daily lifestyle, and also like the things that you do, such as work or such as school. It really had a huge impact because I was able to make new friends immediately. Really, really simple. I really didn't have any difficulties anymore after about a year on VR chat, actively being on for 6 to 8 hours every single day, socializing with people, going to parties, or slowly getting to know one another. It's a lot of fun to see yourself grow through a social game and knowing that you're able to actually being able to functionate in society. Because it isn't always easy, at least. I still think it isn't easy, but at least I have a level of knowledge after being in VR chat for such a long time.
No, I agree 100%. Because I've always said this to a lot of my own audience and community is like, first impressions really do matter. So if like you're super like weird and shy and you're like, everyone's gonna be like, what? There's something wrong. Like, what's going on here? So, you know, if you can move it past that and learn to like, you know, look someone direct, like even just eye contact, just looking someone directly in the eyes and just be like, hey, how you doing? How's your day? You know, that's such a basic thing, but some people
that can be really difficult.
Yeah, for some people to struggle with.
Yeah, people have a lot of anxiety about that, like a lot, and I feel terrible for them. I feel absolutely terrible.
Oh, absolutely.
But I definitely recommend VR chat to a ton of people who don't have it. It's definitely a whole life experience. 100%.
Well, absolutely. It can help people discover who they really are. You know, some people experiment with identity and just avatars and just anything in general. I mean, think about it. Like in real life, you know, there's always expectations of how to act and how to behave. And then in VR, you can just be like, hey, I want to get wild and go to a drinking night and party or whatever. Or you'd be like, oh, I don't know if I want to go to this type of event. I don't know. And then you're in VR and you just be like, yeah, let's go. You know, you try out different experiences.
It's always a new adventure. Like, it's just an adventure. It's so much fun. Like, for example, I went into a random ass world, an SAO world, Sword Art Online, like that one world.
Yeah.
The Aincrad. I went there in a random avatar. I wanted to be not known. I was like, kind of like sick of that. I just wanted to have fun. So I went into a world, took a random avatar, like a humanoid avatar, a random avatar, and a whole story got created by two people that came up to me and had a quest, and it's so random, and it's so much fun how just these random factors is just incredible. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. Like that was what made VR chat fun for me when I started playing 5 years ago. Was you just go to a public and then you just riff off of people. Like you just kind of be like, you go to like the Great Pug, which is like a dead world now, but you go to like a place like that, and then someone.
I don't even know that world.
Oh, well, there you go. See,
I don't know that
so
world.
the Great Pug was basically a bar or a pub, essentially. And it used to be one of the more popular worlds of VR chat, a very polished. You can still go to it, just no one does because it's not Quest compatible. That's why it's dead, because it's PC only. And the idea was you could join in, and right at the front is like a little bar, and random people will just randomly play as the bartender, randomly. You don't ask them; they just do it. And then you just sit at the bar and like, hey, how you doing, man? And people are like, hey, what can I get you? You need a drink or something? And you're like, yeah, man. It's just simple as that. And then they talk to you and they give you like a drink or something. You sit there and drink, and then 30 minutes later, they're like, hey, man, you wanna see some crazy shit? And you're like, what? Huh? And they're like, yeah, let's go to the Void Club, bro. Let's get crunk. And I'm like, what the hell is the Void Club? You jump through a portal, and now you're like on the dance floor, and there's like people grinding on you, and you're like, oh hell
like
yeah,
so
bro!
Much fun.
Yeah, like that was my adventures, 5 years ago,
And I missed out on that. God damn it! Why didn't I know about that earlier?
A lot of old worlds.
That's so sad.
Or like Gaia Night, it was another really old world nobody goes to. It's dead as hell, and it was just a world at night that had a campfire. And people would just sit at the campfire and tell
stories. Just a campfire.
Yeah, just a campfire of like nice ambient music. And people would just sit there and just be like, yeah, dude, like, yo, Dragon Ball Super just came out, bro. Goku was so cool, bro. Oh my god, dude. And you're like, what? I don't watch Dragon Ball. What the hell are you talking? You know what I mean? They'll just talk about random crap. And you're just like, God, I love anime, dude. Oh, I love Naruto, bro. Like, people just tell you random stuff. You just kind of be like, or people would just, be like, hey, man, you know about this secret? And you're like, what secret, bro? And they're like, yeah, you go to, like, Cafe Le Blanc, and then you go for, like, the toilet, and it's, like, a secret portal, man. And it goes to the secret room, and then you go for this thing, and now you got this secret avatar. And you're like, what?
That sounds like so much fun. God.
Yeah, and then they show it to you, and then they're right.
So sad. I wasn't there.
Yeah, like, an example of a secret was the Gun and Knuckles avatar. The original version actually wasn't like this big. It was actually like 6 feet tall. It was a it was an avatar in a world called Trap Chan's Avatar World, which was just a public avatar world that had a bunch of like Felix avatars and like anime characters. And for some reason, if you wall climb, like you keep jumping, spamming the jump button, you will clip through the wall, and you fall off the map. And there's a platform that's just a flat plane under the map, and it has the Gun and Knuckles app. That's originally how you got it 5 years ago, before the meme. Like the original character that people had was just that model, but it said like, it had like the deal with it glasses, and it said like buying girlfriend on the shirt or some shit like that. And then someone took it and made it miniature. But that's the original meme. It was just some dude. Oh, they died. Oh shit. Don't worry, guys. We'll get a Slushie back in here. No. Yeah, like I said, this happens sometimes. They said that earlier, that they're having some frame and lag issues with their Wi-Fi and stuff. So we'll get them back in here. Unfortunate. But just a reminder, hey, if you want to check out, have any questions for myself or Slushie, put @SMHplay questions in the chat. And if you're ever curious who the guest is, @SMHplay guests with an S in the chat, and he also links ads. What? The ads are...
But the bar you mentioned, was that the Great Pug? Because there's still a lot of people there.
Yeah, I was talking about the Great Pug. I mean...
There's still a lot of people. Full lobby of 40, 50, 60 sometimes.
I mean, I haven't personally been there in a while. I was talking about, like, Gaia Night's dead. I know that one has, like, nobody. Like, 0.
Yeah.
Like, the Great Pug still has some players, but like I said, the Great Pug used to be, like, one of the top, like, 5 worlds when I played, but obviously it's fallen off. Like, the Black Cat's basically taken over and Just Be Club 2 and stuff like that. And it's just the simple fact that Great Pug is not a Quest-compatible world, so that's usually why. unfortunately. I mean, I still think the Great Pug is still a solid world. It's just that people prefer going to the Black Cat nowadays. So, those are my fond memories. You know, going there, Void Club, places like that. What else? Fells Memoria, Penthouse at Night. Conveniently, all these worlds didn't have mirrors in them. That's the funniest part. You know? So. Anyway, if anyone's popping in here,
Yeah, when you go to the Great Pub, people usually talk to each other. There's just a few in front of.
yeah, exactly. So if anyone's just tuning into the stream, obviously, we're interviewing Slushie, but they crashed, so they're gonna be coming in back in here in a minute. Hopefully, I apologize. But yeah, I don't know what to really say. I don't know. It's just old memories of back in the day, and just joining off of like invite-only instances were really the common thing. Everybody was in a Friends Plus. You just join off of people, make friends, and just screw around and just have fun. You know, that's the best way of describing it. You just hop on, just talk to complete strangers, and just have a good time. I feel like, you know, to make friends these days, you either have to join a community or be.
Oh, look at that! I knew you couldn't resist me.
I've never heard of Slushie before until now. They sound really cool.
Sorry, I was getting cheer a bit. Yo, thanks so much for 100 bits, Sam. I appreciate it. I never heard of Slushie before until now. They sound really cool. Yeah, they are. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the only like place I would say to make friends these days. Oh, they rejoined. Sick. The only way to really like make friends these days, you go to like No Time to Talk. I think that's a perfect world to make friends these days.
He just died, and now it's fixed. My FPS is working again.
Oh,
Guess my
sick.
PC magically fixed itself. Amazing. Let's go. I'm not really happy.
Yeah,
Okay, we're back. So where were we?
Yeah, where were we? Oh, I was explaining, what was he talking about? Like, oh yeah, the secret about the Gun and Knuckles avatar and stuff like that, I think.
Oh, that it was 6 feet long, or 6,
It was 6 feet tall, yeah. It used to be a really tall avatar. I was just explaining how, like, before Gun and Knuckles meme, which is like the whole, you know the way, brother, and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, that stuff.
I still have a recording of it. Of way like before that, like a week before you Gun and Knuckles, I was in Guy and Night, and there's just some dude, so fucking random. Like the dude was like in that avatar, and then everybody was just lining up, and they were like, and everybody's just like, yeah, this Knuckles guy, he's looking for a date, bro. He wants some pussy, dog. And all these people would line up. And they'd just be like, you know, they'd be like, oh yeah, I want to be your girlfriend. And then Knuckles was like, yeah, you want to be my girlfriend, bro? I'm just like, because it said on a shirt, buying girlfriend or whatever. That's why they were doing that bit. So, stuff like that. And then a week
My
later,
brain cells are slowly fading away.
yeah, I mean that's
That's the
VR
fun
chat.
part, though.
That's
the
VR
fun part.
chat for you. But yeah, welcome back.
Thank you. It's fixed now. I'm glad. The lag that I had, it's gone.
Nice. So anyway, my next question is, so how'd you get into streaming specifically on Twitch? Like, how did you get into that? Was it from your friends, or just on your own volition, or?
Well, let's say a long story short. A long time ago, like I said, you should always start with YouTube, TikTok, any other social media platform.
Of course.
Don't start with Twitch. It's not gonna work. Except if you're a different breed. Of course, it can work. But I started with doing TikToks. I already had 10,000 followers over there before I even started. I already had 10,000 followers, and I was like, yeah, maybe I should stream, because a few of my friends were streaming. It looked like a ton of fun, you know, just doing your own thing, making people happy around you, being goofy, just doing whatever you want to do. Not a boss that leads you around, just being yourself. From the bottom of your heart, you should be yourself. And streaming really opened that up. Like, I saw it in my eyes. Like, 9 months ago, I was like, I could see myself. I could see myself streaming. So I decided to start streaming. So I promoted on other social media, like on the TikTok. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stream. You should check it out. And it slowly just started kind of growing. And I still have no clue how it went so fast. It feels like yesterday, because it's literally this year. Like, I started around January, late January. it just flew by so fast that I barely knew what to do. So I had a few friends to help me left and right. For example, Flare or Cyberchimp, Snowy. If you know any of those names, they gave me some
do.
advice, of course, because I didn't know a lot. And even if you're a good streamer or a solid streamer, we learn every single day. It's not that we know everything. It's still a gamble for us too. We're just doing whatever we love, doing whatever we think that is fun to do, and whatever the audience will enjoy.
I think
It's just a ton of
Go ahead. Sorry to cut you off.
It's just a ton of fun in general, just to be able to spread the positivity around, because I think in this world there's not enough positivity, and being yourself, energetic, goofy, doing whatever you want, screaming, loud equals funny nowadays, so just doing whatever you want, whatever your heart content says and tells you to do.
I agree. Do what makes you happy, like you just said. There's a lot of people hating on each other all the time. VR chat is no exception to that rule. There's a lot of communities that are like, well, I don't like this person. I don't like this specific group of individuals. So a lot of communities, a lot of places are very segregated, where it's like a closed off community, like gatekeeping. But I can't blame every community for doing that, because sometimes they're like, well, why would I want to go to a public? Like, I'm just going to get shit on, for my avatar or who I am. So sometimes you just stick to your own little friend group or community and stuff like that, But the positive thing about it is that, you get to hang out with like-minded people at the very least, right? If you like Star Wars, then you're going to hang out with Star Wars people, If you're a role player,
100%.
then you're going to hang out with role players. Or in this case, I guess if you're a furry, then you're going to hang out with other furry creators. It's all about communities and supporting each other and helping each other out. I just wish.
Yeah, and I learned a lot from like the 2D VTubers as well. Like the 2D VTubers, I had some context with a few. I learned a lot from them too, Because not just if you're a furry that you hang out with a furry community. I love learning from various different angles, because it's important to get all the knowledge from others, because you can never learn enough, in my opinion. And I'm always dedicated to strive and learn, as everyone should be, that does anything to do with content creating, because your stuff is never going to be perfect. There's always going to be flaws, but are you going to acknowledge them and actually work on them, and actually ask a few of your friends or other streamers or people who do the same things, like ask them like, hey, could you check out this? What am I doing wrong? What could I do better? Because not everything that you make is perfect.
Oh, absolutely.
And that is okay, because then there's lots to learn, and that makes it fun. The learning makes it fun.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't literally just start being a talk. I did like 5 or 6 other ideas before coming a talk. All of them failed, and then I started doing interviews, and here I am 3 years later. So you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you have to fall to get yourself back up, and you learn from your mistakes. You're like, well, okay, that didn't work, but maybe I'll try something else. Like, I also role played for 3 years, and it was fun, but now I don't want to do it anymore. I want to do other things. So there's a lot of learning experiences you have. Like with doing interviews, I get to meet so many different people. Like, if I didn't do this talk show, I probably would have never met you, if you really think about it like that. I always try to.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, I think taking just exploring and doing different things. I feel like a lot of people only stick to doing one thing, and I think that's not the way to be a content creator, or just life in general. I think you should experiment and try different things. For me, I interview people, but I don't just interview one specific type of person. I interview whoever I want, big streamer, small, no streamer. I interview whoever I want, just whoever I find interesting, And I brought in other people, and like when I talked to even like Flare and Cyberchimp and other people, a lot of them have said, what I do here is an interesting concept, because I interview whoever, I don't just specifically be like, no, I only want to interview big streamers. I only want to interview this person. It's like, no, I interview who I want, because I generally want to know more about you. And this is the perfect medium for me to learn, but also everybody else in the audience and watching on Twitch to also learn. So it's like mutually beneficial to everybody here.
Yeah. Everyone's story is, of course, different. Literally everyone's story on Twitch.
Of course.
Everyone has their own journey that they go through.
Yeah, I just
For some it goes easier than for the other, but failure is okay. I'm happy with failure. For example, people always ask, should you be like accepted for the partner application? For as an example, let's take the partner application for an example. I am happy I got the client like 3 times I think before I got partnered, and that is okay. I'm happy with that because every time you get the client, you learn. Like that is a whole month to learn, improve, do it better. Because you're not like then you don't see yourself as good enough yet, and you want to strive forward to actually reach something, because failure makes you want to strive even more to get it. And without failure, if you got accepted, for example, the first time on your application, you're gonna have way less knowledge about everything because you got it immediately. You don't know what you can improve. You don't know what you're doing wrong. So I'm glad that most people, and also me, got the client a few times before getting accepted, and I think that's the way it should be, because you should have the time free to actually learn and acknowledge and see what you can improve. Because if you get accepted immediately, and I say nothing, it's like, guess I'm doing everything correctly, but what if it's that not the case? And then eventually a month later, you're just dropping down. Like, there's a lot of factors.
Oh, I
But
agree.
never worry, failure is always a way to get yourself up again. When we hit our lowest point, we are open to the greatest of change.
Yeah, I didn't get partnered on the first attempt. It took me 2 tries to get partnered. It was back in August or June of 2020 is when I first applied. Got denied, said I wouldn't have enough consistent viewership. And then instead, because because I've been around a long time, a lot of VR chat streamers, when they don't get accepted the first time, a lot of them immediately like get super depressed. They're like, "Oh, I'm not good enough. Fuck, I guess."
Yeah.
You know, like I've heard that story like 100 times at this point. And instead of being like that, I was like, no, I'm gonna work harder. So you know what I ended up doing? I did like 40 interviews in 40 days. I literally interviewed someone almost every single day.
Oh, God.
Just going crazy. And it worked because I got partnered, like literally the second attempt, because I just kept interviewing people, kept doing better and better at it. And that's how I got partnered. I didn't stop. I literally was like, I'm going to keep pushing these interviews and keep doing my best. And I did. And I getting partnered the second time.
It should be a motivation for people when, specifically if you fail in something, it should be a motivation for you to keep going. And you shouldn't set too many big steps for yourself. You should always set like small step, like step by step. You can't just say, oh, tomorrow I'm going to reach this. And it needs to be within eyesight. Small steps. And then
Yeah.
celebrate every single step towards your goal.
I think simple goals is always, you know, it's just a simple little like thing that you know it's easy. It could be a basic goal, not like, oh, I'm gonna get partnered in 2 months. Like I've had people literally say that to me. They're like, if I don't get partnered in 3 months, then I'm a loser. And I'm like, bro, what? Huh? It took me years. It took me years to get partnered, dude. What? They're like, yeah, if I don't get partnered and I have 100K subscribers and by the end of the year, then I'm a loser. And I'm like, okay, dude, like relax, dude. Like, what are these unrealistic goals, dude? Like, now you're just setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, you should.
You know?
You should set goals that you can actually reach, and then you can like celebrate it, treat yourself well whenever you
Peter,
reach
thanks for
one.
the 2 bits.
Because I definitely did that. Every time I reach like one of my small goals, or hit like for example, 10,000 on this or 10,000
Yeah.
on that, you know, you treat yourself well. And then you keep motivating yourself to keep going, and you slowly grow. And try to not focus specifically, like don't look at your analytics every single day. Of course, you should look at them like once a week or something. But don't look at them every day and be like, oh my God, today is way worse than yesterday. Now I'm super demotivated. You shouldn't be looking at your analytics too much all the time. I can see a lot of people look at them every single fucking day, and it's just really unnecessary, honestly. It gives you that sad, just like the average viewers, for example. I know some people that I've worked with, and I look at their viewer count all the time, and when it's lower, the energy is just gone. And why would people want to watch someone with less energy, less entertainment, less fun? If you see someone who's like really, really sad or something, would you really want to watch them? Mm-mm. And that is because I looked at the viewer count, and if I have it hidden, then it's just, you just need to do your own thing and have fun with what you do. And at the end of the stream, you can like check it out if you want to, but not during. Definitely not. I see a lot of people making that mistake, and then they feel sad, and then their mood is going down, and you really shouldn't have your mood getting down by all that stuff. Because if your mood is down, click, they're going to another streamer. There's thousands of millions of other streamers out there. Click, mood down, click, they're gone.
Yeah.
Simple as that. It's just the truth.
I think there's even some, there's a thing called WizBot that I remember I like banned from my own chat. Like it's not like it's like a Nightbot thing or like one of those types of bots, right? MooBot. I purposely banned it because WizBot has this weird feature where every like 10 or 15 minutes it'll actually just tell you how many viewers you have in your chat. It'll say, WizBot will say, your average viewer is 25 viewers, and it'll say +2, which means in the last 30 minutes you have gained 2 viewers, or you lost, or it'll actually say -5, you lost 20 viewers in the last 30 minutes. And I constantly saw that in my chat like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was just like, depression, happiness, depression. I'm like, dude, what the? So what I ended up doing was I just removed that bot, and I still see some people using it. I'm like, dude, don't use that.
You should never use that.
Don't
oh my
use
God,
that,
no.
dude.
Don't use that, please.
That's depression, dude.
Please don't.
So because it made me depressed.
It'll just make you sad.
Yeah. So what I end up doing is like I don't even look at my viewership in general, because I don't want to like constantly be like, oh, I have 30 views, oh, I have 50, oh, I have 100, oh, I have 20. You know what I mean? Like it's just a roller coaster, and I don't want my mood to be affected by it. So I'm always just very chill and monotone anyway. But if I'm like, wow, there's only 5 people watching, then why am I streaming? You know, you get like that type of vibes.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yes, and yeah, and that's the thing. If you have that kind of vibe, people that come new into the stream or want to be a part of your community, or they'll just click away immediately.
Yeah.
They'll immediately just say like, "Oh, their mood is super down. I want to feel happy. I want to watch someone who I can enjoy," and and they'll just click away, and then they're gone. Simple as that.
Exactly right. So back on topic, what you said, like you've been streaming for 9 months and already partnered. How did it feel about your success so far?
It's very, it's a long story. Like, I started a long time ago, and me and my friend OK Donuts, I don't know if you know him. OK Donuts actually got partnered at the same time as me about 7 months ago. Basically around the same time, I would say. It is a fun journey, but it's very interesting because the more that you grow, it's hard to keep up doing like special events because it needs to stay interesting. Like in essence, there needs to be something to show up for every single day. Something new, something fresh, something fun, something different. And that can be actually like really difficult. And when you're growing so quickly, it's like really hard to keep up with it. Like I've been really noticing that it's really hard to keep up with stuff. But it really pushed me through wanting to get partnered the moment I couldn't enter the partner lounge in TwitchCon Amsterdam. I couldn't enter, and all my friends, they were all partnered, and I was the only one who wasn't. I applied back then, but I couldn't. But that really motivated me, and I was like, yeah, next year I want to enter that lounge, even though it's like nothing. It's just like a fucking room. Like who cares? But I just, it's more of a self-motivational thing. Like, oh, I can. It's more of a self state.
That makes sense. I gotcha. How does your avatar represent who you are as a person?
Specifically because I'm very bouncy, energetic. Usually, I scream a lot. I scream a lot. I can scream really loud. It's not a good thing. Don't scream loud. Your lungs will. It's not good. Don't scream loud. Don't do it. It's just very upbeat, bouncy, and people sometimes say my avatar is a little sexy, and I agree with that, but that is not the thing I wanted to go for.
Okay.
I just love the Wicker Beast, and I wanted to have, like, for example, a custom avatar that represents me, because every single one's avatar represents you. For example, your avatar represents you, who you are, and it has your own personality in there. And I think that my, specifically Wicker Beast, has my personality, just a upbeat, bouncy ball that screams a lot.
I have large personalities.
Even though you might not see that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
But some people even have like a different personality between like character and IRL. But that's the thing I don't have. And it's okay in some situations, but I personally don't really see the tend of that, because then you're not being yourself.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. Well, before I had this character, I literally put on an accent and pretend I was a hillbilly for 2 years in VR chat.
I mean, it's fun, of course, and especially if you can do the character well. Like, I see some streamers that are able to just play a character, and that's fun. You know, like this sort of a role play. That's fun, 100%.
Yeah. No, I get
But
you.
if you're different from, like, for example, VR chat and IRL, it's kind of like, you know, is this really the person that I met?
Exactly. For me, I played a character nonstop, so everyone just thought I was just a hillbilly. And then, like, when you turn off the character, they're like, "Wait, what the hell? You're not this?
Who are you?
Yeah." So, like, you know, playing a character all the time can be also very bad because the moment that you don't want to be that character, everyone's gonna be like, "Well, go back. Like, why are you talking to me, dude? Go back to the character, man. What the hell?" So sometimes, you know. It really depends on how you want to run.
It's a
your
bad
stream.
thing too. Yeah.
I think roleplay is fine because like it obviously people know, oh, this character's obviously playing a character. But when like imagine if I first met you and I immediately was like a completely different person, and then you come on the show and you're like, what the hell was that? Why was he why was he talking? It's so weird. And be like, what the? And then you come on, you're like, he's a completely different person. This is so fucking weird. You know?
It's like reading a book by its cover, basically. Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of. You should never judge a book by its cover.
That's true.
Because, for example, some people think I'm like, because of my avatar, because it looks okay, you know? Like, people think, oh, but no, that's really not the case.
Yeah,
you get what I mean?
Yeah, some people think, you know,
it's just
we're all
people
down
think
bad,
judge.
you know?
They're like,
Yeah. And they're always like, damn, this person's wearing this avatar. They probably get down in Freaky Town, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, they ain't
and then the funny
case.
part is when you get to know them, they never do that. They never do anything like that. So you should always want to get to know new people. That's why I really love meeting new people. For example, you know, getting to know new people.
Yeah, I think too many people judge people based off avatars. I think it's just like real life, you know. You look at someone, you're like, oh, that guy's ugly, that girl's. It's the same thing. It's like a subconscious thing that everybody does.
Same thing.
And it's the same thing in VR chat. So when you see someone using a robot, you're like, ew, robot, or you're gonna be like, ew, a furry, or whatever. That's what some people. That's like that's the average person, like. That's like, but they don't give that person a chance. And maybe I'm the odd man out. I give people a chance. I don't care if you're furry or not, or a brony, or got 2 legs or 4 legs. Like, dude, I don't care, bro. I'm more interested in the person behind the avatar than the avatar itself. You know?
Yeah, because it's just an avatar after all. For example, if I would have my character created as a human, you know, that would be completely different. Like, it's same thing.
Exactly. You know, I think then when I first met you, didn't you say I was one of the first like anime girl avatars you've seen? Is this true?
Yeah, I never see anime girl avatars. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not even joking with you. I never in VR saw a single anime girl.
Yeah.
I never saw an anime girl. It's weird as you hear that, you know, in the audience. It's really weird. Like, oh, I've never seen an anime girl. Yeah, I have never. You're the first one.
Well,
are you proud of it? Or?
Yeah, I mean, same thing that Whiskey Dingo said to me, so I believe it. When I interviewed him, like
yeah, you usually hang around your groups and your a social circle is what they call it. Your social circle. It's the same thing as like Twitch recommended. For example, if you like, it will recommend you with people that you hang out with.
True, but I'm an anomaly. See, on Fridays I go to Concave, which is a place where it's purely all furries, and I'm the only human, so I'm like the sus one. So I'm just doing whatever the fuck I want.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone judges you then. I think just the same thing.
Probably,
they'll judge you just because
some person there was trying to like they're talking to each other about like Unity and like avatar stuff, and I knew the solution. I was like, oh, you just got to do this, and I always said it, and then he just looked at me, and I was like, yeah, anyway, like he didn't like consider my opinion because I'm not a furry, so he's just like, yeah, I don't trust this guy. I'm like, what the? I'm like, come on, man. They probably think I'm gonna like crash the lobby or something. I'm like, no, I'm just here. I'm just like, I've had people come up to me and be like, what are you doing here? I'm just like, I'm here to chill, man. They're like, you're weird, man. You're weird. And I was like, I just do whatever I want.
People should never do that. It's just like, same thing opposite. It's just like, just because you're just judging a book by its cover. That's the outcome.
Yeah.
But it'll always happen, sadly. Wish I could change it, but there's not much you can do about it, except for getting to know the person.
That's true.
But in general, if you show respect to one another, it should be fine. If you show respect to me, I show respect to you. No matter if you're really large on social media or if you have 0 followers, I don't care. I get to know you. If you're respectful, I'm respectful to you, and I'd love to get to know people. Simple as that. The numbers don't matter. Because I really, really hate it if people... I want people to look beyond the numbers that you have on a social media platform, because we're all humans after all. Like, there's no difference between me and you just because I have a few followers that I make content. I might have some experience creating stuff, but that's all, you know? Like, there's no difference between us. And I think a lot of people don't look beyond numbers on, like, social media platforms.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think a lot of people judge based off of just viewership. I think that's such a wrong mindset to have. You shouldn't just based off of someone's usefulness because like, they're a bigger streamer, so that means I'll get more viewers if I become friend with them. It's like, that's not really how it's gonna work.
No, it doesn't work like that whatsoever. It really doesn't.
That's why I try and tell people all the time. Just have, like, make friends, dude. Just have fun. Not everything is about a numbers game, you know. It's okay to look at analytics, but don't like make it your life. Be like, okay, today I only got 10
because like some
viewers,
people
tomorrow I got 20. You know, it's like, bro.
Some people do like collaborations, and they're like, oh, they're a really big streamer. I can gain this many followers, or I can gain this and this. You know, a collaboration you do for fun with your friends. You hang out, you have fun, you make content for the viewer. You make the viewer enjoy themselves. Everything else is extra, and you shouldn't even be thinking about that in the first place. Of course, it will happen, but you should not be thinking that way.
Absolutely.
Just have fun. If I do a collab, I always have fun. I don't think about, oh, they're a bigger streamer or a smaller streamer. I don't care. I want to have fun and make the best content I possibly can, because that is the most important thing. And if specific creators don't think the same way, then I don't think they're going to get extremely far. Like, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to get extremely far if I think like that. It depends, of course. If you're a part of a huge organization, it's a different story, but you get the point.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I agree 110%. So I saw you playing some games. I saw you playing like Cult of the Lamb. How was that going for you when you were playing that a while ago? Did you enjoy that?
It's going well. I really enjoyed it, but let me give people an example. If you've been streaming a game, one game, for 9 months, and you play a different game, I'm trying to like slowly move out or slowly start to do different things every single week. So if VR chat dies or if I want to do something else, I can just do that. And I noticed when I played for the first time a different game, of course, the viewer count is going to be lower and everything, but that's fine. I was like, oh, if at least 70% agrees with it, sure, I'll play it sometime. Slowly becoming more a bit of a variety instead of only playing one game. Because if you, for example, like the roleplay stuff, like you had, if you stick yourself to one thing and you change everything, no one's going to be there because you've always done this game. So I think it's a really, really smart idea to always versatile whatever that you do. Because if you stick on one thing, it's not a bad thing that you stick on one thing. But if you do, it's difficult to make the switch or play any kind of different... Yeah, exactly. Branch out. It's really difficult. But it's been going well. Usually people will stay because of your personality, not because of the game that you play.
That's true. That's why I'm going to become more of a VTuber in 2023. See, almost like the majority of YouTubers are variety. They're there because... for the personality, like, wow, cute anime girl in the corner or whatever, and they're playing whatever game, so they're there for the character, for the VTuber, not because they're playing Skyrim.
And lore too and stuff. Or lore, because a lot of VTubers have lore.
That's right.
They're fantastic and amazing, honestly.
I'm gonna be the interviewer VTuber. There's like nobody that really does that, so I have that corner, you know, marketed for me.
you got your brand, huh?
That's right. I'm taking my show to the VTubing space, and guess what? If everyone's a VTuber, shit, I'm gonna have like 1,000 potential guests. Woo wee! Makes my life easy.
Yeah, it's true. Everyone's a VTuber. Every single person.
Makes my life a lot easier.
Usually they're 2D as well, like 2D instead of 3D.
That's what I'm going
Most
for.
of them.
Yeah,
like I think like 85% is 2D, like 85%, and the rest is like 3D, I guess, something like that. I don't know the exact metrics, but
Yeah, something like that. There are three-dimensional people. There are 2D. I have my model ready for like 3D, but I decided I'm going to switch to two-dimensional because it's just easier on my computer. When you have, because I have the iPhone, I have the eye tracking, I have all this shit, and it's just super taxing on my computer. So I thought to myself, I'm just going to get a live 2D model. It's going to be more anime aesthetic, and then I'm going to have a 2D version of this studio here. And I'm just gonna do that. It'll just be a lot easier to manage and set up and all that.
that'd be
jazz.
cool. That'd be cool. Like a little microphone and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be cute.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
really cute.
yeah. It's basically just recreating what we have here, just in a 2D space. But we have to take a quick little ad break because it's just before 1 hour. So sick, awesome, lit. So what I'll do is
Twitch forces ads.
yeah, the force ads. So what I'm gonna do
it's.
is go to
I hate Twitch for that, honestly. Even though it's,
yeah,
it's less than YouTube. Like if you compare the two, like YouTube compared to Twitch, like every hour, you actually get less ads than Twitch. If it's only 2 minutes, though. If it's 2 minutes, you actually get less ads.
that's true.
But I see a lot of people like spamming like ads. Oh my god, 1 out of 4 ads. It's so annoying. Like you should never do that. Oh, god, please don't. Please don't be like that. It's really disrespectful. Like us streamers need to, if you don't have the money to sub, like watching an ad, you can literally just go to the toilet, go get yourself something to drink, something to eat, and you come back upstairs and the ad is gone. Like it's so simple. You don't even have to watch them. You could just go on your phone.
Yeah, so I just
And
pressed
at the same time, you're supporting the
button.
streamer.
So I'm going to place the add button, and I'm going to go over here. If you can unlock the thing, dead guy, because you're the master.
I pressed it already.
Oh, you pressed already? Thank you. And this should work.
What works? The ad.
That thing. When you look on the TV.
Advertisement. Let's go. I mean, ads make people their money, so
That's true.
happy they exist. They do, and the ads incentive program is really nice too.
I play my own ads. That's what I do when I have Twitch ads. I play my own ads on top of them.
Twitch ads suck. I mean, these ads are way better than Twitch. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. These look way better than the ads from Twitch. I'd rather
Yeah,
watch
because
this
it's
than the ad
applicable.
from
It's
Twitch.
VR chat ads. You're like, damn, I want that avatar.
I mean, I'm fine with my avatar. Oh, that looks cute. That looks cute.
Yeah. So, to explain all these ads, because obviously some people can't see what
Where
we're
are the
talking
hot boys avatars? There's only girls. Where's the hot boys? Come on, like, where's the boys?
Where's the boys? Come to my showcase in 3
Where's the
weeks, and
boys?
you'll see some boys there, some six-pack Giga Chads. But
Yeah, I want to see those 6 giga chats.
So I think how much time is on this? We got a minute left of ads. Sick. So put the camera back on me, that guy, or on us. Oh my god, there's the Giga Chat right there.
No, not like that. Like actual like humanoid cute avatars, like anime ones and stuff or
But
whatever.
anyway, I have to explain what those ads are because it's the people that are playing those ads are pledging to my Patreon. So if you didn't know, I have a Patreon, and if you pledge $25, $35, you get to play your own ads in my world during the Twitch ad breaks. And so the first ad was from New Eden Interactive, which is run by Odd Oni and Marina Dragonflame, and they specialize in having a Gumroad where they sell all the avatars that are being displayed. The first one. And they're at the last showcase in October. Really, really awesome people. Next one is Woofden 3D, which is Zevi and No Fox Given. And they specialize in actually making like monster girls and furry avatars. So that was the second ad. Really awesome. They're going to be coming back for my next showcase in December. And then the third ad was Mazan, who's a viewer of mine and a fellow streamer of mine who wanted to advertise their Twitch. So those are the ads. Hopefully you guys enjoyed them. Like I said, every time I do a show, I have to play them because, well, they're paying me, right? So, I think we are good to go. Yeah, all the ads are good. So we're done. No more ads for the rest of the stream. So just thought to always make sure I play the ads and all that jazz. But anyway, welcome back everybody, because obviously some people who are not subscribed will see those ads and jazz. So now they're all back. So anyway, welcome back everybody from the ad break. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So my next question I have for Slushie is, what got you to do on like TikTok and short videos? You know, is that because you wanted to diversify, or was it like someone convinced you to do TikTok and shorts and Twitter videos and stuff like that?
You mean basically like why I started or how I started?
Yeah, like
With
how
why I started doing it?
like how did you start doing TikTok? Was it like because you did it yourself, or was it like someone was like, hey, Slushie, maybe you should do TikTok?
I actually had an IRL fursuit, like partial. I
Okay.
did like funny TikToks like 3 years ago.
Okay.
I quit doing that, and then I still had a TikTok account, and then I decided to make some shorts, because the thing is, if you want to be known or people want to know your avatar, like you might have seen me somewhere in the audience, you might have not, maybe you probably did, I think, maybe, I don't know, but basically, if you use one avatar and you use shorts such as YouTube Shorts, TikToks, and other platforms, if you post it over there, people are going to notice your avatar, even though they might not follow you. Or that might not, that might not follow you, because they see the video, they laugh, they have a little laugh, perfect, amazing. Then they go on Twitch, and then they see that same avatar, and it's basically knowledge. And a pink, purple, white wicker beast, there is absolutely none. So I basically am able, with TikTok, with the shorts that people scroll through every single day, to get the knowledge. If you want people to know you, you gotta post clips on shorts, YouTube Shorts and TikTok. Otherwise, people are not gonna know your avatar and what you do, if it's funny. Because usually you post highlights from streams, or you make little TikToks yourself from time to time. And they're a ton of fun to make as well. Because it's the same as YouTube, but then just 10 seconds or 20 seconds instead of like a whole 10 minutes.
Yeah. I was watching some of your TikToks. I think the interesting ones is like the tail wiggle and the hypnotizing one, where it's like your furry.
No, that's Twitter. That's Twitter. I didn't
Twitter?
put that there.
Okay. But
That's Twitter.
Yeah.
OK Donuts told me. OK Donuts told me that furries love tails. So I tried to test it out, because he had like 6K likes because he shakes his tail, and I was like, Donuts, why does that get 6K likes? All that you did is stand 10 seconds in front of a camera and shake your tail. And he said, I don't know, try it out. I tried it out, got like 3K likes. It did nothing. That was the least amount of time I ever put into something.
Yeah, and then they had the other Twitter.
Just figuring out what works.
The other Twitter video where it's like your furry transformation is almost complete or something like that, like hypnotizing, like you're becoming one of us.
That stuff is only for Twitter. That's only for Twitter.
Twitter.
That's only for Twitter. That never goes on TikTok. That TikTok is only if you want to laugh, or energy, like positivity, laughing. You like laughing.
I like laughing sometimes.
If you just want to have a little laugh, just scroll through the TikTok. Simple as that. You'll laugh in like 2 seconds. I mean, that might be a lie. I'll give you a cookie, though. I'll give you a cookie if I lied.
Nice. I just thought they were interesting because they're different. Because usually a lot of there's been a lot of TikToks and Twitter videos from the VR chat community. A lot of it's like shorts. Like they'll take like a scene from like a popular show like The Friends or something like that, and then just recreate it, or whatever. Or I don't know. It's just a lot of interesting stuff. Like there's like a whole genre, because I've interviewed a bunch of them earlier this year, where they were purely just VR chat TikTokers. That's all they did, was just they just made TikToks, and then they would also port the same TikTok to like YouTube and Twitch, or not Twitch, sorry, Twitter.
Yeah.
Because it's more
Exactly.
exposure.
That's
that
very
way.
smart to do.
And
It's all about exposure, like the shorts form. It's all about exposure.
yeah, I just thought it was interesting how
If you want to get people to know you, just use it.
yeah,
Simple as that.
a lot of it is just I don't know how to describe it. It's just like random VR chat like memes. It would just be like,
Yes, memes. Yes, 100% memes.
It'd be like
just simple memes with like yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like
They're fun to do, though. They're fun to make, and
Yep.
especially editing. And usually people do either one of two things on TikTok. They either get a clip from the stream that is extremely funny, they add text to it, like, like little text bar under there. It keeps your attention, if you didn't know that. That is actually made to keep your attention, the little text under those videos. It gives you more attention towards the actual TikTok itself. Or they record something in VR chat and recreate it, like lip syncing. And then just putting your own, like the sound from TikTok, you'll put it over your own like video. You'll create your video, you put the sound over there, you lip sync everything. And then boom, you got yourself a TikTok. Simple as that.
Absolutely. How do you feel about your community currently on Twitch and or Discord?
Like the how big it is, or how it's going, or
How's
how
it
they're
going?
feeling, or it's going very, very well. I've been noticing a lot of growth, but I've been trying my best to keep up with everything. I think keeping up with everything is really, really difficult because, like I said earlier, you need to make sure that you always have something fresh to show up to. And I think that's a really, really difficult thing as a content creator, always having something fresh, always something new, something exciting. Because if you do the same every single day, if it's not like something special, like, why do people want to hop by, So I always try to improve no matter what, and even if it's perfect, I always still try to make it even better if I could by watching my own stuff and saying like, oh, I could have done this better, or this, I could have changed this. This wasn't good enough. Let me look into that. And always trying to improve in every single way.
Oh, absolutely. So I was
But
watching.
I'm feeling very, very happy with the community that I have. I'm feeling very, very happy with it. They're all absolutely amazing, very supportive, and I'm glad I'm able to entertain them in the way that I want to, even though not all of them like what I do. I have like two personalities. I mean, not two personalities, but basically either goofy, energetic, and I scream, or I'm really comfy. One of those two. And it's really difficult to find a balance because your community will always say yes. They will never give you suggestions or feedback, and that is so annoying that you don't get suggestions or feedback because they don't know what your community likes, and they are just like going into the fog, like, will this work? Should I? They're basically just going into the fog and just testing the waters out.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I noticed that when you're streaming, you have like this sort of like wheel of punishment thing going on where if you laugh, you lose. So where'd you get this idea? I was watching some of those clips. You had to like drink milk and all these other things. What's going on, huh?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Originality is key, but originally, like, some of my friends have done it before. They've specifically done, you laugh, you spin the wheel. It's a fun concept. It makes try not to laugh videos with more spice. It's a lot of fun. For example, I uploaded that video yesterday. It's already on 6,000 views, and I only have like 2K followers.
There you go.
And it's already on 6,000 views, and I'm really, really happy about it.
Yeah.
And you can reuse the content. For example, this is basically how it works. Let's put it all together. So you announce it on Twitch, you record it. Then you do your recording, you laugh, you spin the wheel of punishments, you've recorded it. Then you put it out on YouTube. Then when it's out on YouTube, you tell on YouTube, hey, do you want to see me live? Do you want to come here as well at a special event, at a place where it's going to be on YouTube? Join the stream. And then it's like an endless recycle. It's like you stream it, everyone is live watching, has a ton of fun. You have a lot of fun. And then you put it to YouTube, and then you say YouTube, hey, I streamed this on Twitch. Go check it out. It's like a cycle. It's just like a cycle.
Yeah. I just thought it was
And it's a ton of fun too
yeah.
for the people who missed it.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend people to try out new things, and especially originality is key. Like 100%. I've been noticing if I post something original, it'll do extremely well. I'll get over 200,000 views on TikTok and stuff, or on Twitter. And if I don't do something original, it's doing okay, of course. But originality, if you're original, trust me, it's really gonna work out genuinely, because everything has been done. Basically, everything has been done. So you gotta try and make your own twist. You can redo something, but have your own little twist to it. For example, the wheel that I did, it's my own twist. So it has been done before, but it's my own twist, and that makes it fun, and that's what makes it a little bit original. And I think that's This is what people should be striving for, originality or trying to make that little twist. I think that's really, really important to people. Like, that should be important to you.
Oh, of course. I gotcha. Do you have any hobbies outside of VR chat, like streaming? There's anything you do outside of, streaming in this game?
Hobby-wise, there's not a lot other. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I was a professional chess player before this, actually.
Oh, really?
Not all the people know this. I play chess professionally, and I also, this might be cringe, and I know, but I was a professional Fortnite player before this as well. I was really good.
Really?
Quit with that like 4 years ago. Yeah, I was really, really good at the
Fortnite.
time.
Woo!
It's cringe.
Okay.
I quit the game. It's 4 years ago. It was a ton of fun. It was my hobby. I made some money off of it, but I decided to quit because after a year of playing the game, it's not fun. It's the same thing. It's just boring. So I quit. Then I was a professional chess player going to like Germany and other countries out there. It was a ton of fun, but I had to drop my hobbies because streaming is my #1 hobby nowadays, and it was one or the other. Like, it's like a dilemma. You have to make decisions in your life. Like, oh, am I gonna be a professional chess player, or am I gonna give a shot at streaming? And that is what I had 9 months ago when I had 0 followers on all social media platforms. I had needed to make that decision, and I said like to myself, what would truly make me happy? What would I have the most fun in? And I made the dilemma and the choice to just become a streamer and actually give it my all. With giving it my all, I mean posting a TikTok every single day. For the last like 300 days, I've done that. Now I don't anymore because I don't have to. But now I focus on, for example, on YouTube, because YouTube is a more stable platform than TikTok is. Way more stable.
Were you?
But yeah, it's just die hard, keep going.
Were you a GM in chess? Like,
I
what's your
wasn't a
ranking?
GM. I was 2,200. I was.
Ooh, pretty close.
I
though.
could have become an IM.
Yeah.
I could have become an IM, but I didn't win any majors or anything. I usually when I get into the brackets, I got destroyed by a fucking grandmaster. Like, why do the brackets put me against the grandmaster? Like, it's so unfair. It's whatever. It was fun though. That's what matters, right? Because the main thing is you need to have fun, and that's what I always say. It's not about winning. It's about having fun. Of course, winning is a part of the fun, but it shouldn't be your main priority.
Yeah, there was a big chess thing that was happening on Twitch a couple years ago called the Pog Champions or something like that. So I started playing a bit of chess. That's how I knew a little bit about chess. Like, I know how to play. My ranking is not even close. It's like I'd say maybe 1100. If I really, I would have to play every day.
I mean, 1100 is above average.
Yeah.
It's above average.
I have
player.
some brain cells.
100%.
I have some brain cells.
Brain cells.
Yeah, I used to play in high school a little bit here and there. Used to be a chess player, but yeah, no. I was just curious if you were actually a grandmaster. For those who don't know, you have to have a 2,500, and then you have to compete in actual.
You have to win a couple majors.
Yeah,
you have to win. You have to win and compete. You have to win, and that is the difficult thing. Winning a tournament is difficult because you're playing against the top players.
Yeah,
that
well,
is just a pain.
most GMs are like fucking 15 years old. They're like fucking half my age. You know, they'll are like start chess when they're like 5, and if you start when 27, they're gonna be like, hey, your brain's too slow, bro. You're too slow. And I'm like, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's okay,
But for the rest, I have no hobbies. My hobby is just specifically streaming and making content. I really enjoy that, and as long as I enjoy it, I will keep doing that.
Yeah, I get you. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people don't know about chess. I used to play a little bit, not a whole lot though. I'm not even remotely good as Slushie here, but I used to play a little bit in my spare time when I was bored.
Chess is fun though. It's fun.
It's like the oldest game I think in existence, right? One of them, board games.
It is.
Yeah.
100%.
What is the biggest compliment someone has given you about your streams or content?
Specifically a few days ago, when there was a, let me see, I'm pretty sure they were like around the age of 20 something, but I sounded like 10. I really had like a voice that sounded like 10. They were crying because they met me and that I did a lot for them, even though you don't know that, because your viewers know you way better than you know your viewers, and that is just a fact, because you can't be friends with everyone. It's just impossible. So your viewers, of course, know you way, way better. But they gave me a compliment, and quote unquote, I said that I changed their life and that I made them a lot happier. And this might be a little dark, but that they are still here because I gave them the motivation to keep going, and that the world is filled with so many more adventures, and that it's just a start for you. And I think a lot of people have a lot of troubles with specifically finding the escape of reality. Like, finding the escape is what people are searching for when you're on Twitch. Usually people are searching for that. So that's why people create a safe space where you can just forget about the outside world and just be yourself, and not having to think about all of the bills and I don't know, all that stuff, all the adult stuff, boring stuff. But that really meant a lot to me, and that kind of got me crying as well. And then throughout the days, I always get a lot of nice and positive comments, and it means the world to me. It genuinely does, and I try to reply to everything, but it's really difficult from time to time. Like, it's really difficult to reply to everything, but I try my best because I really care about everyone who, even if you've never watched my stuff, you know, like, I really appreciate every single small comment, even though it's just like, oh my god, that's funny, you know? I already appreciate that a lot from all my heart. But that really hit me when they were crying that they met me, and there's more people out there like that, and that just is shocking to me that I can have such an impact on people. It's just an interesting feeling. It makes me feel very, very warm from the inside, heartwarmed. Makes me want to cry too.
No, I gotcha. It's a very
Makes me so happy.
Yeah, like I've had people message something similar to me. Like they were in a dark place, and then they watching the stream says had a positive outlook on their life, and they feel happy and they want to come back and continue to watch. And you know, sometimes people need that little boost of confidence or just happiness. You know, like I was the same way 10-15 years ago before I was even streaming. When I was just a kid in high school, I was sad, so I would watch some YouTuber play some games, watch Markiplier or something, PewDiePie, and you're like, yahoo, yay, you know, you get happy, you know, just playing a game and
exactly,
you know, it's the same thing.
Yeah, able to share your experience, say everything you've been through, because of course I've been through a lot of stuff since I'm trans. I've been through a lot of things, and I'm glad I'm able to like pass on a lot of advice from what I've been through, so it doesn't happen to people. Like, I can give them the advice that I didn't have when it happened, and then it's not going to happen for those people who gained the advice.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I've been there myself, so I actually know what you could do, what the options are, and remember, there's always a solution to every single problem there is. There's always a solution, but sometimes you just have to look very, very deep to find that solution, and some people don't want to do that because they're lazy, and that's why I'm here. I'll do the hard part. Been through it already.
I gotcha. So one of my questions I have is, you know, I noticed that you do some ASMR stuff. Is that another hobby you have, or how'd you get into that? Because I've seen some of the titles and I was watching you doing some ASMR, so I was just curious.
Yeah, once a month is ASMR. Once a month.
Okay.
Once a month, I'm just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like a friend of mine, their name is Treeta, they're a smaller streamer. They have I do ASMR all the time, and I kind of like it, sort of. I wouldn't do it in any weird way whatsoever. Like, I'm not gonna lick your ear. I'm not gonna, like, that's cringe. I personally don't like that. I think it's very... I would never do that personally. I'm not gonna do any licks. I'm just gonna talk to you. I'm just gonna talk. I'm not gonna do weird shit. I don't like that personally. But of course, if you like that, that is completely fine. Everyone is into their own things, so am I. But I like the spectrum of ASMR, just to be comfortable, laying down, super, super comfy and cozy, and just, for example, if you're lurking, it's perfect for lurking, ASMR. It's perfect for lurking. You're working on your homework, schoolwork, and you hear a soft voice with a, you know, really close to the microphone, ASMR. It's just the perfect thing for lurking.
Yeah, absolutely. I get the ASMR tingles. I remember when ASMR
exactly,
first
and that's just a really
out,
nice feeling.
I remember it just being about like soft talking or the what's it like the people get like the brush stuff like that is like
Oh, that,
really
yeah.
soothing. But then it you fast forward to now, it's just like you hear like the people go like I'm like
Ear
bro,
licking.
I'm like bro,
Oh my
what
God,
the
no.
hell? I'm like yo, get this out of here, bro. What? Like, get me
I'm
out of
good.
here.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Only the soft talking. Further than that, only soft talking, just like talking.
You don't like the brushes?
I'm not gonna slurp, 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 brush, brush, brush.
Yeah. The slurping is a little too much for me. Why is Slushy
Ear licking.
awake? They're being interviewed. That's why they're being awake.
And my sleep schedule sucks. I woke up like 3 hours ago. Don't worry about it.
Well, there you go.
I have no sleep. My sleep schedule sucks. And I think we could all agree on that. That sleep schedules, yeah, they're meant to be ruined.
Oh, there's a huge potential here actually for ASMR, for VTubers or VR chat people. Think about this: you get 11-point tracking, you get the eye tracking, you get the face tracking, you get the tongue tracker.
The tongue tracker.
Yeah,
just like licking that thing. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the future right there. You get the haptics, you get the breathing technology, you get everything. You're suited up like Iron Man.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
Heart rate monitor.
Plus 100 views everything you buy.
Oh.
Mouth check plus 100 views.
Yeah. Can I get a hi
Eye
from
checking,
Shiny?
let's go.
Yeah, Shiny says hi. They're in the chat. But
You're cute.
Oh snap! Even get a you're cute, sick. My next question I have is: do you have any plans for MFF this year or in future years? That's right around the corner.
I am not planning to go to MFF. All my friends are going because they're from North America, sadly. I am not from North America, from Europe, which is really, really sad. What I am planning to go to is TwitchCon Paris.
Wait, it's Paris?
Eurofurence and
Sick.
TwitchCon San Diego. It's gonna be Paris, and I'm so excited about it because I finally am able to enter that stupid lounge. Because after all, the partner stuff is just a badge. It doesn't make you any better. It doesn't give any benefits. Like, people forget about that. It gives nothing. Like, it's just, it shows, hey, you've came very far. You've done a great job. Now you can really get started. It's like the start of your, let's call it career. It's the start of your career, I would say. It's not something, because it doesn't give you anything special. It really doesn't. And people think you're, oh my God, you're famous. You have a verified badge. It's just a badge. And people forget that. People forget that.
Yeah, I'm like, take away the badge. I'm just a human, bro. It's not like I'm a higher being. It's not like
Exactly. Everyone's equal. So I find it very interesting since I hit partner. A lot of people have been acting very, very differently to me.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
kind of stupid, honestly. It's,
Oh, yeah? What kind of different,
It's really
huh?
dumb.
just like, hey,
Specifically,
Slushy, want to
that-
be my friend? Hey,
No.
want to hang out?
For example, people that you talk with before you started streaming
Yeah.
come back randomly out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
yeah.
Then there's also people.
Happened to me.
Then there's also people. Yeah, it's just like. Huh?
Yeah.
And then there's also people that just come over to your chat and they're like, "Oh my God, do you remember me? I was here. I was here." What?
Remember? Yeah, that's literally happened. I got people haven't seen in because I've been streaming for a long time. So the people I haven't streamed in 2 years. Remember, like, oh hey, what's up, bro? Yo, like, can you invite me to the world? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then they're just like,
And they're like, "Who the fuck are you?"
And then they're sitting in the background like this. They're like, yeah, it's nice to see you. Yeah, wow, I'm so happy you got partnered. Yo, you want to like make a video tomorrow? I'm
Oh my
like, what the?
God.
I'm like, huh? Where were you for the last 2 years, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, that. And a lot of friends start acting a little bit different around you. And some of them are even jealous, and that really hurts me from my heart. Like, I had a few friends who I cut connections with because they, jealousy, because it doesn't even do anything. Remember, Twitch partner only gives you straight connection to Twitch. You can talk to them.
Yeah.
And that's basically, and the emote slots. That's it.
Yeah,
That's basically
yeah.
it. I'll never forget that. Never
Used to
forget
give
that. That's
more.
all that you get. It used to. I didn't exist then.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, even when I got partnered, I missed out on a lot of things. Like, if you got partnered 4 or 5 years ago, you would actually get a manager. That's not a thing anymore.
A manager? That's so cool.
Yeah, you would
That's
get
so
a
cool.
partner manager that kind of like is your connection to Twitch. So if you're like, hey, I want to do this thing, is this TOS? They'd be like, yeah. Like you would actually have someone that like talks to you and have a meeting with.
DM. Oh my god.
That's not really
That's
a thing
really
anymore.
cool.
Some people still have them, but they're the old frogs. You know, the people that have been streaming for like 10 years or the big boy streamers.
Pokimane.
Yeah, people like that. Yeah.
XQC maybe.
Yeah. They all have managers.
Those kind of people.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
But back to what we were saying, it's just really, really annoying to me that some people cut connections just because they're jealous, and it's honestly really sad to see. It's really sad to see.
Yeah.
See good friends go just because you've a stupid badge. Just because of that.
That's how I feel, you know, with a lot of people too, but it is what it is. But anyway, we've been going for about an hour and a half, so we're gonna start taking some chat questions or audience questions. So let me check this document real quick, see if anyone's put some questions down. 1 second here. Do it while in VR, so it takes me a second. Oh, we do have some questions here. Nice. So Sam asked the question, says, do you have any role models that helped you get to where you are today?
What is the meaning of role model? Do you mean like a person that you look up to? A person
a role model is someone that inspires you. You know, to get to
yes,
where
I
you
do, and it's a fun little story actually. Fun little story. Let me make it a short little story. So, their name is Smalland. I'm sure you heard of Smalland. An amazing YouTuber, streamer, everything. They're really, really big. I started watching them since 4 years ago. Every single time he uploaded a new video, I always watched it. I always really acknowledged. I really loved his stuff that he made. He really gave me the motivation to also make and try and produce the best content I possibly can and always be a better me. But it's been super difficult to actually do it. But he always made me motivated. Every time I watch his videos, I'm like, I can improve on this. I really wish I could. I really wish I could become better. I really wish I could, actually improve and actually have it a little bit more similar. Well, recently, since I got the verified badge, he never noticed me in his Twitch chat because it's like he has like 20,000, 30,000 viewers. He's, he barely looks at chat. Well, a week ago, I finally, because I got partnered a month ago, 2 weeks ago, I was in his chat again. I said something. I said like, thank you for making my childhood absolutely amazing. And then he actually replied and he said to me, I have a message. I have a verified badge. They were talking to their friend. His message is verified badge. Yo, Smalland, you made my childhood. Thank you so much, bro. And then he said, oh my god, I can't believe it. If I made your childhood, dude, am I old now? Am I old now? Because he's pretty old now. So am I old now? Oh my god, this person had a whole childhood with me. So I'm really happy that he acknowledged me, and it really means a lot to me that he said like keep going and all that jazz. So he's basically my role model. He means a lot to me. Even though I never talk to him, and he's amazing though. I love him.
I got you. You never know. Maybe you might.
Have you ever heard of Smalland?
No, but I just looked
maybe.
him up. He does some Pokemon stuff. I see that, and some Breath of the Wild speedrun.
Everything.
Yeah.
Variety. He speed runs everything. Is just a ton of fun to always. I really want to meet him one day. That's definitely a goal of mine, and it's definitely gonna happen at a TwitchCon because of the funny badge. The funny badge because I can enter the lounge.
That's right.
I'm gonna finally meet my role model. I'm excited.
That's right. The next question is from Jib, who's in the audience. He says, how does the VR chat furry community differ from the IRL furry community, if at all?
Okay, so difficult answer, but specifically the furry community in VR chat he meant, right? In VR chat or streaming specifically?
He said,
like specifically.
How does the VRC furry community differ from the IRL
VRC.
furry community? Yes, he didn't say streaming, he just said VRC. Also, yeah, there you go.
I personally only met a few. I personally only met a few furries IRL. Sadly, I wish I could meet more, but they're the exact same. At least the people that I met, I went to TwitchCon Amsterdam. I met a few people, like let's say 10 furries total. They are the exact same as in VR chat. Exact same, no differences, which I'm really happy about, because sometimes you might be scared, like, oh, what if they're not gonna be the same IRL? luckily they were the same as IRL, and I'm really, really happy that I've got to meet them and actually got to know them. They're absolutely amazing, and there's absolutely no differences between the furry community VR chat and IRL, but there are some exceptions depending on the people that you hang around with, of course. But for me, that wasn't the case. Absolutely the same. Absolutely amazing people to have met in this journey.
Nice. Jim Jib says only a few IRL furries have suits. All furries in VR chat got a suit though. It's meaning that all furries actually have furry avatars. In IRL, it costs money to get a fursuit.
That is true. I only know one person who has a fursuit that I actually met. Only one person, and their name is Monty.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Barty got one too actually. Barty got a fursuit too a few days ago.
Nice. There you go.
They're really expensive. God.
Oh,
They're
I
like
believe
over
it.
5,000.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a big investment right
that's
there,
more than
totally.
more than a custom avatar of yours, like in the 2D stuff.
Yeah, honestly, $5,000 would get me just about a 2D model of the studio, the emotes, the panel. I would have to get like everything. Everything put together.
Like really professional to like high quality. It has to be extremely high quality if you put 5,000 into that.
Yeah, if $5,000 for a VTuber model is like top of the line, like mwah, the cream of the crop.
That's top. Best player. The best creator has to make it because that is like, gosh.
I know of a person who has an $8,000 model. VTuber.
8,000, God.
Yeah. But
Jesus.
It was a monster girl. It was like a Cthulhu. I've interviewed them. It was Mimicamorph. Their model's worth $8,000. Crazy though. Crazy detail though. It had like a feature where it just looks like a normal like lady, but then it can like morph into a fucking like monster and just fucking like eat you and shit. It's crazy.
How much do you think my model will be worth then? Because this is custom.
Oh god, I don't even know. At this point, my range is like, is this 100% from scratch?
It is extremely modified.
Okay, so a Kipash or a Frankenstein or a Splicer, depending on how you want.
Extremely modified. Extremely.
$300.
I'll just say it. It is a total of between 900 and 1,100 with all the clothing. With all the clothing, of course.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's yeah. Clothing is really expensive, especially clothing.
Damn. I was way out of the price range. Damn.
Yeah, it's furry avatars. You wouldn't know, so that's fine. Don't worry about it.
I guess yeah, you're right. I mean, well, mine's from scratch, but when I got mine, it was about 400. If I was to buy it now, it'd be 1,500.
Yeah. It's because human avatars are actually easier to make, specifically.
Yeah.
Easier body shapes and easier. It's because furries can happen to anything. You can have different tails. You can have wings. I don't know, everything. Anything you can imagine. You could be a fucking dolphin with a sloth. Anything you want. Whatever your heart desires. Right. Whatever your heart's content.
Is there any questions in the audience tonight? Anybody? Raise your hand. I have a question from Fallen Flames. If you can put the camera on him. Here. There you go.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Where do you see yourself from 5 years from now? Like, what is your goal?
Oh, God. Well, difficult question, but I definitely say that my goal right now, after I hit partner, usually people get demotivated after they hit partner. Really interesting, by the way, is because you reach something and there's nothing beyond partner. There's nothing. So what are you doing? Well, a friend of mine told me you should set new goals and pretend that it's partner 2.0 and then try to work for those goals. So I set myself new goals, and those goals might be a little bit big, but I want to get verified on YouTube, which is extremely difficult. And then besides that, I also, like, in 5 years, I'll definitely see myself verified on YouTube. Yeah, 100%. And in 5 years, I'll be verified, God. And also, around 50,000 on Twitch, and also 100,000 on TikTok. I'd see myself being a full-time creator and trying to find my path before Twitch dies out eventually. I'm gonna try and find my path, but I still think in 5 years I'll see myself doing the same thing, creating content, making people happy, and just doing what I love to do, and that is putting smiles on people their faces and create content.
You know, these interviews are kind of like a time capsule. So like if you watch this interview back in a year or two in 2024, you're like, wow, that was me back then. Now look at me. I have like 1 million subscribers on YouTube. If you really think about it.
I already do that like 9 months ago.
Yeah,
9 months ago, I had like a clip. I was like, oh God, was I that? Oh yeah, I was.
Yeah, I get you. Any other questions from the audience? No? All right. Do you have any questions for me, Slushie, before we wrap it up here? You can ask me any question.
Specifically, what do you think about furries? Like, what are your thoughts? Because you do have parties with them, like you told me. You have parties with furries. What do you think about the community? It's very welcoming and loving, 100%. Very close to each other.
As a general sense, I think furries are just like everybody else, just a person, just a human being that just likes something that's different. You know, I would say it's like a comparison. Even like I like anime, so. And I have an anime avatar, so like it's like back in high school where you get bullied because you like anime, you know, you're getting bullied. You're getting bullied because you like being a furry and want to represent yourself in a different medium that's different than mine. And I just think it's weird to judge people like that. I think it's, you know, strange. I've had friends that have come out as being a furry, like literally like they use an anime avatar, and then a year later they like got on a Nachi or an avatar like yours. And immediately, so people are like, ew, Grace, what the hell? And I'm just like, why? Like, who cares, man? Are you gonna like throw away a friendship just because they use a different avatar? Like, that's so weird. That's like,
yeah, it's just an avatar.
That's like the equivalent of real life where your friend is you know, supporting a specific sports team. Ew, gross. You're a Cubs fan. You're not a, you know, insert.
It's the same thing.
It's like, who gives a fuck,
exactly.
dude? Like,
who cares if you're a part of that club?
Yeah, like,
or you want to support that club.
I don't know. I think a lot of people are very cool to meet with. Like I've interviewed a deaf person. I've had conversations with people from the
deaf person.
Yeah.
How'd you do that? You just
I had a translator that knows ASL because of finger tracking.
Wow.
So I talked to and hung out with some people from the ASL deaf community, Helping Hands. Very lovely people. Some people just don't give them a chance because, well, they're like, oh, they're deaf. I don't know how to communicate with them. It's like, no, I type to them, you know, there's a texting system in this game now. You know, and I did that interview and I thought it was great. Just meeting different people and just having fun. Like, I think some of the furries are very talented. Like, some people forget that the person who developed Physics Bones is a furry. Like, and they work for VR Chat. So, like, so the thing that you use,
there are nurses, pilots, there's everything.
Like one of the people that worked on my world here, Castle, is a furry. He worked for me and helped make this world a reality. You know, I don't mind if they're furry
very creative.
Yeah, they're all very, very.
Most
creative.
furries are extremely creative. It's just wow, impressive how they are able to extend their knowledge, even though like we're just humans, you know.
Yeah,
and people,
exactly.
I find it very, very funny. Like the first reactions from people when they see a furry, they always say like, "Oh, so you like animals, bro? What the?"
Yeah.
I swear to God, everyone says that. God.
Yeah, people. Well, they don't think before they speak. You know, that's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
You know. You're like, I don't know, the 10th furry I've interviewed. I can't remember each one. I've interviewed VRC Flair. I've interviewed.
You've interviewed all my friends. You literally interviewed all my friends.
Exactly. I just
They're amazing people.
Yeah,
They're amazing
I come full circle. I am.
You got the whole.
I got the whole squad, you know. And I just wanna know people's stories. I just like talking to people, and you know, like I've had 6-hour conversations with a furry or just other people. Like I don't. You know what I mean? Like I was talking to a month ago, I meet a random guy that was a heart surgeon in VR chat, an actual heart surgeon. And he was just like, yeah, I just play.
God.
I was like, why are you playing VR chat? You're a heart surgeon. You make like $500,000 a year. He's like, yeah, but when I operate on people all day, like they just look the same. It's kind of boring. I played VR chat and now there's like hot anime girls and like furries and stuff, dude. It's sick as fuck, dude. I'm like, damn, bro, this heart surgeon's base, bro. He just wants to see like different people. He's like, man, all these people are cool. You see like robots and cyborgs and stuff, man. It's kind of sick. He's like, real life's boring, man. I'm a doctor.
True.
So, but yeah, does that answer your question? I just like talking to people. I don't mind.
100%. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's a ton of fun, honestly. I really appreciate the welcoming sphere that we have, and it's after all just a community. Just like like for example, if you like cars, the cars community for if you like cars and know a lot about cars, same thing. Just a community that people get together, have fun, get to know each other. It's just the same thing.
I think
And people forget that.
I forget if it was Whiskey Dingo or JK or JT Whiskey when I interviewed them. They said that I could be the bridge. I can't remember which one of them said that. They said I could be the bridge between
I
the
think
anime.
Whiskey is the type of person to
That
say
would
that.
say something like that?
Whiskey, the type of person.
He said I could be the bridge.
Whiskey would be like, yeah, you could be between the bridge between the both of us. They'll be like really hyper energetic. They'll be like, yeah, you could be the bridge of both of us, of both of the worlds.
Yeah. He said
I
I
love
could
Whiskey.
be
They're
the
so
bridge
energetic.
between the animes and the furries, and I was just like, yeah, I'm down, bro. I should probably hit him up again, see if he wants to hang out or something. But
they're amazing to just chill with.
He's
They're
super
very
energetic.
Amazing. I can definitely learn from them too.
Yeah,
I can learn from them.
Very, very nice guy.
You can learn from everyone because every single streamer does different things.
That's right.
You learn from everyone.
You could say
And they learn from you too because, yeah.
Me doing an interview is a way for me to meet new people and to learn from them. See, that's the big deep thought.
Yeah,
about
exactly.
Being an interviewer. Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, also the opposite because I played VR chess like maybe 2 years ago, maybe almost.
Mm-hmm.
And streaming 9 months ago, 10 months ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna meet a lot more people.
But for the last thing before we end off, for the last thing, I wanted to say that you should never give up on your dreams. You should always keep going. Like when I started out, I had 0 followers too, and you have to remember everyone started at the bottom. Because we're all bottoms. No, I'm just kidding. We are just.
Yeah, of course.
We are just. Yeah. Listen, I'm not a bottom, okay? Just because I started at the bottom. Shut up. I am specifically just trying to say that never give up and just try and follow your dreams because anyone can make it happen, no matter what you do. As long as you give it your all, you will succeed. You might fail a lot of the time, but that gives you more motivation to keep going, and you shouldn't ever give up because. One thing that you don't want to have is regret. If you don't try out something, if you don't try being a streamer just because you think, oh, it's not going to go well, the worst thing to have in life is regret. You never want to have regret in life. So always go for it. Be spontaneous.
Solid advice, honestly.
Wow.
I follow that advice every day, you know?
Yes.
I want to be a talk show host or I want to be a VTuber. I don't want to regret later and be like, damn, I should have done that thing. Like, no, I 100%.
Yeah, it's the worst feeling. It's just like, no, regret is so bad. No one wants that, ever.
But
so that's my advice to people that want to start out or want to do something. It could be anything, like getting a new job too, or learning a new school, something. It's same thing. Just go for it.
Yeah. You have a question? All right, quickly, Val, before we wrap it up. Because they joined late, so I'm just curious what they're going to ask.
That's fine.
Stay hydrated out there, gamers. Drink
Let's
some water. Do you feel like...
What's their question?
Well, I was waiting for them. Do you feel like the VRC furry group are easier to join than, say, an IRL one?
Yes. 100%. If you are anxious, no matter where you are, if you would join a random furry lobby, they're gonna welcome you with open arms 95% of the time. They'll get you in with open arms, and that will involve you into what they're talking about. Trust me, the furry community is so welcoming. It is an absolute pleasure, honestly. And IRL, it's not the same. It's really not the same. But if you, of course, meet people from VR chat in IRL, that is a different story. But in general, most furries are very welcoming and caring, and they'll take you in. And I love talking. In the public worlds, of course.
Direct plans.
And the friends that you make along the way.
Sorry, Siggy said, direct plans on going to more cons in the future. Where you said you're going to go to TwitchCon Paris, for example.
I'm going to do both of the Twitch cons. I'm going to ask Twitch to pay my flight. I have a friend who has contact with Twitch. I'm gonna one person, and he got a free flight last time. I'm gonna go on my knees and suck Twitch there for huge. So I get a free ticket to go to a
If
con.
that works, yeah, sure.
And besides that, yeah, exactly. I'll suck. I'll do it, sure. And Eurofriends. Those are the things I'm planning to go to. And I love meeting people and having fun, just spending time together, doing weird stuff. Wow.
I gotcha. Hopefully it goes well. But like I said, thank you so much for stopping by. Again, this is SlushieVRC. Go check out their Twitch. That's SlushieVRC. Twitch.com. Check out their YouTube. I'm sure you just type in Slushie. And you can check out their YouTube videos. They just posted another one the other day. Their Twitter as well.
Yeah, it was amazing. It's the best video ever.
Yep. That's my boy Guess. Goes to their Twitch channel. Thank you so much. Again, I'm your host, Owen Rebel. Appreciate it. If you haven't already,
thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. We're gonna go raid somebody, give somebody some support in the community. And
oh yeah, that's always sweet. I always try to rate like smaller people or of course friends, because I think every single streamer deserves equal love. No matter if you're big or small, you all deserve equal love. That's how I always see it.
Oh, absolutely. All right, thank you so much. Hit up the stream outro. If you want to stick around just for a minute, because I always take photos of the guests.
Yeah, of course, baby. That's fine.
All right, see you later, guys.
I'm gonna stick around for like 15 minutes or something. 10.
Okay.
Wow. That's enough.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, let me.
Oh yeah. I'm glad my PC got fixed though. I'm really, really happy about that. My PC just died. It never actually died.